Coming up on Mountain News this morning, today marks the beginning of Click It or Ticket, where officials encourage seatbelt usage. And a church is teaching ways to prevent strokes to the younger generation.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. It is just after 6:30 this morning on May 20th. Let's send it over to meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast.
Oh, an early Monday morning. Yep, Madison, we're looking at foggy areas, but we're talking about heat for later on today, feeling more like summer than the middle part of May. Well, WYMT camera, yeah, it's on, but it's foggy. The low clouds are around. Buffalo Mountain camera, very pretty with the pillows of fog in the background, and it's definitely hazy on our Pikeville camera as well. We'll start off with the Buffalo Mountain camera going closer. Notice down into the valleys, the pillars of clouds and fog anchoring in the valleys underneath those mountain peaks. Beautiful sunrise, though, otherwise. It's in the 50s. Our Whitesburg camera also showing a little hazier, foggier type conditions in the background, and obviously here on our hazard camera, you can barely see the city lights underneath the deck of clouds. But notice in the Moorhead camera, it looks good here along I-64, 61 degrees, maybe a little fogginess there off in the background, just a touch. All right, our visibility map showing you low visibility there, Williamsburg near 0, Middlesboro quarter mile. Harlan visibility has come up to a mile. Temps 50s and 60s at this hour. We jump up well into the 80s for later on this afternoon. Looks like a warm feeling day for sure, Madison. We have some rain to talk about later in the week. I'll show you that in a little bit. 7-day forecast.
All right, Mace, thank you. A 70-year-old man is dead after suffering life-threatening injuries from a motorcycle crash in Corbin. The single vehicle crash involving a motorcycle was on Barton Mill Road. The Corbin Police Department responded around 7 p.m. with assistance from Corbin Fire, Whitley EMS, and Whitley County Coroner's Office. The name of the man has not yet been released. We will update you when we learn more information. A father and his son died after their house burned early Sunday morning. The fire occurred in Fleming Neon at Henry Hutton Drive between the hours of 9 and 10 yesterday morning. Letcher County Coroner Perry Fowler says the father was 77 and the son was 32 years old. No names have been released yet, and there is no known cause of the fire at this time. We will update you when more information is available. A woman accused of murdering her husband has a pretrial conference in Laurel County today. London police say 59-year-old Yolanda Lomelli called 911 in March to report that her husband had been shot and might be dead. Court documents show she repeatedly asked for her lawyer during the 911 call. She also is charged with tampering with physical evidence. Her court hearing is at 9 this morning. A pretrial conference is scheduled today in the case against Brittany Slaughter and Adam Hayes of Williamsburg. Slaughter and Hayes were arrested in November for their reported involvement in the death of 4-year-old Chloe Darnell. Darnell's body was found after deputies say she'd been missing for about a month. Officials say Slaughter was related to the child and had custody of her. Both Slaughter and Hayes are charged with murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence. Their pretrial conference begins at 1 p.m. today in Whitley County. And a former Leslie County Sheriff's officer will receive his sentence today for his involvement in the murder of Tyler North in 2018. Jeremy Lewis is being charged with murder, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. One Wayne County, Kentucky man is behind bars after deputies responded to a reported domestic violence call. Deputies took the woman inside the home when the man began making threats to burn her belongings. Deputies asked the man to stop or they would have to arrest him. As they began the arrest, one of the deputies sustained minor injuries. Deputies also found amounts of reported methamphetamine and marijuana. Willis Murrow was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. In Laurel County, the Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in identifying a suspect. Take a look at your screen. The suspect is wanted after a reported burglary of a home on Barberville Road south of London. The photo comes from surveillance video after a bike and other items were stolen. If you have any information, you can call the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. Search and rescue departments are urging water safety as we begin summer swimming season. This urgent reminder comes after the Lexington community continues to mourn the loss of a teen who died after a swimming accident last Friday. The teen was found by rescuers in what was 7 feet of water. Crews tried resuscitating him after he didn't resurface while swimming at a local reservoir.
If you're not sure about the water, if it's not a swimming pool or something that you've been in routinely, probably not go in until you've talked to several people and understand what the risks are.
Bodkin says risks in the water are far more extreme than most people realize, from the temperature of the water, toxic materials, or even just the current. This morning will mark the start of a week-long campaign throughout all of Kentucky to encourage seatbelt usage. Kentucky State Police's Click It or Ticket campaign has been running for over a decade and over the years has shown to have more of a positive impact on the community. Kentucky State Police Trooper Matt Gayhart says it's an initiative they take seriously.
You know, Perry County and specifically a couple of years back was ranked #1 per capita in the state of Kentucky for seatbelt fatalities with no seatbelt being utilized. So it's something that we take very seriously, especially in our area. And we've seen the efforts that we've put in come down and the numbers have decreased dramatically. So it's something that we want to make sure we're staying on top of.
KSP and other emergency services will be hosting a news conference this morning at 10 a.m. at KSP Post 13 to announce the start of the campaign. Once it ends, they will host a child safety seat inspection. One motorcycle group is working to raise money for kids with special needs. On Sunday, dozens gathered at Jenny Wiley State Resort Park to support the Cryptic Nights bike ride. President James Hill says they are raising money for kids with special needs in Johnson County. Through rides and roadblocks, he says they want to help teachers that do not have a lot of money to spend on their students.
Some of the children require like a sensory swing and balls to sit on to give them stimulation to help them focus in class. And so that helps cover those expenses.
Hill says it is a part of their mission and values to serve the community. With many school districts throughout the Commonwealth preparing to end their school year, one Eastern Kentucky church provided kids with the opportunity to welcome summer in a fun and exciting way. It was able to give community members the chance to learn about ways to prevent a disease that was the sixth highest cause of death in Kentucky back in 2021. WYMT's Jack Demler has more from the summer kickoff and stroke screening.
An event to welcome summer.
We're out here having a great time. It's just an opportunity for people of all ages, families, to come out and have a great time.
While providing an opportunity to raise awareness for stroke prevention.
We encourage people to get stroke screening due to the high prevalence of stroke in the state of Kentucky.
Helping educate community members on the signs of a disease that caused more than 2,400 deaths in the Commonwealth in 2021.
We know that 80% of strokes are preventable, so by identifying these risk factors, we can get ahead of the curve and hopefully prevent a lot of strokes.
Parkway Ministries and Baptist Health partnered to provide community members with a day of fun and a free stroke screening as part of Stroke Awareness Month.
This was a perfect opportunity and venue for us to reach out to the community, provide health care, a stroke risk assessment.
Finding multiple ways to give back to the community.
We want to build a relationship with our community. We at Parkway do. We want them to know that Parkway Ministries is a church here in Corbin. Everyone is welcome. We love everyone. That's really the drive behind it.
An event that brings smiles to kids' faces.
I just love hearing the children laugh and having a good time. That, for me, is it means everything.
And fun for everyone.
It's good to know that families are coming out and people are meeting one another. We're building new relationships, and most of all, kids are having fun.
In Corbin, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
Allen said Parkway Ministry aims to host one big event each month to stay involved with the community. For more information, you can find this story on our website.
Watching out for some fog this morning, but the majority of the forecast will be talking about heat. Temperatures will be rather warm today, well up into the 80s, feeling more like a summer day than a day here in the mid part of May. A little foggy on our Pikeville camera, pillars of fog and the low clouds kind of underneath the deck of the low clouds there at Buffalo Mountain. High clouds, low clouds, yeah, they're all in here on our WYMT camera. Sun looks great coming up, but tough to see, especially if you're anywhere underneath the mountain peaks. You can notice those lower pockets of fog settling in. A little hazy here on our Whitesburg camera, 59 degrees. Not too different on our hazard camera, even lower visibility. Can't even see underneath it, 55 right now. Although the visibility isn't bad in many areas. You can see here along I-64 in Moorhead. Yes, back in the background there's some foggy areas, but most areas are seeing the sunshine. Our visibility is low in a couple of pockets. You notice that in Whitesburg, Middlesboro, Jacksboro, all now near zero visibility. Harlan with 1 mile visibility. So watch out for the fog this morning. We'll look for 80s for later on this afternoon, Madison, and lots of sunshine. Beautiful day.
Thanks, Mace, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Breaking news overnight, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi is confirmed dead in a helicopter crash.